Hello, viewers. This is your Michael from Screen Reviews, bringing you my 690 podcast. This is my 690 podcast. And like always, I'm going to speak very loudly, very clearly, and very slowly in case you don't understand me. Also, I'll try to do my best not to breathe too hard during this audio podcast recording as well, not to cause any audio feedback as well. Not to cause any audio feedback as well. And also, and also, finally, if you're under 18, this audio podcast recording will contain some adult language. But again, if you're under 18, this audio podcast recording will have some adult language if you're under 18. Now, if you're over 18, that means you're good to watch this audio podcast recording. Now, with this and everything else out the way, let's get into the topic of this podcast. So basically, I was just wondering. I was just rereading some. So basically, I was just reading some, rereading some chapters of One Piece, and basically, it got me thinking. So basically, the chapters I was reading was, how Luffy got how Luffy got his devil fruit powers and whatnot, and basically, and basically how, how Luffy got his devil fruit powers. Then and then reread how Luffy awakened his devil fruit powers, and the whole truth about his devil fruit and whatnot, and basically it got me to thinking, where is the real Gum Paranecian Devil Fruit? So basically, as you know, we all ever since One Piece started, ever since the One Piece manga has started, we always assume that Luffy is Luffy, Luffy's devil fruit was called the Gum Fruit that turned him into a rubber man, gave him the powers of rubber. And then recently, throughout the many chapters of One Piece, we finally got the truth that Luffy's gum fruit it's not a paranecium. It's not even named the gum fruit. It's named the sun god Nika fruit. So basically, all this time, it's not what it. So basically, Luffy's fruit, the true identity of Luffy Food has been lied about this whole time. Yes, the Nika Food in its basic form gives Luffy, when the Nika Food is fully awakened, it gives Luffy the ability to, eliminate anything in the cartoon matter when it's in its awakened form. Now, when it's in its basic form, it just gives Luffy this this make Luffy a rubber man. So basically, if you watch those old cartoons, like the Looney Tune characters, every time you see them get hurt and whatnot, or hurt right now, they always seem to bounce back. They can scratch and stuff like that. So basically, the whole rubber so basically, the whole rubber thing of the nigger fruit is just a side effect of the cartoon parts of the nigger fruit. So basically, you see cartoon characters like you see a cartoon character get flattened, or you see a cartoon character get stressed out, or stressed and able to stress out their body. So basically, that's just a result of of the Nika fruit in its basic form, basically turning Luffy into a rubber man. So basically, my point is, what is you? We know that the government, we know that the government, we craft the nickel fruit as the gum fruit to keep the word to find out about the fruit and whatnot. So basically, I'm wondering. So basically, my whole point is, where is the real gum fruit? So basically, will we ever see the real gum fruit, Paranesian fruit in One Piece? So basically, as you know, most Paranesian devil fruits can either grant either can grant a person supernatural abilities. They can generate anything that the fruit is based on, and basically it can manipulate or they can manipulate the environment. So basically, it's kind of weird to have a Paranesian fruit that can do all these things. So basically, everybody was wondering. So basically, wondering for a while that hey, since Luffy. Now we know that most Paramecia devil fruits don't allow the user to generate whatever the fruit is based on, or sometimes manipulate the environment, the surrounding environment that they're in. So basically, like for example, Buggy's chop fruit. So basically, we know that Buggy can only split his body into pieces, but we don't know if he's able to do that to people or whatnot, unless he's a Reagan. Or like Mr. Free, he's able to generate wax, generate wax and whatnot, So basically, he can turn things into wax. So basically, he can turn his whole environment into wax, but we don't know he's able to that's the only thing he could do with Paranecian fruit, whatnot. He could, he can generate wax. He could turn things. He could turn his whole body into wax anytime he wants to, and plus, that his body could be made of wax as well. So basically, blah blah blah. So basically, my point is that what is the so basically the government had classed the Nickel as the Gun Gun fruit. So basically, everybody thinks that Luffy has the Gun Gun fruit, but nobody knows the truth that Luffy has the Nickel fruit, Zone fruit. So basically, what if Odo does decide to debut the real Gun Gun fruit? So basically, what if Odo does that? Build the real Gungan fruit and the user of that Gungan fruit, and basically we see this user, was able to not only to be a rubber person, but also has the ability to turn anything into rubber and generate rubber as well. So basically, a lot of people are wondering, like, yeah, before the whole reveal of the whole true reveal of Luffy's devil fruit, everybody's wondering, like, will Luffy will be able to turn, like, if Luffy's able to turn things into rubber, produce rubber, or he can turn his whole body into rubber once his Gun fruit is awakened. So basically, we never see Luffy, turn, generate rubber, or turn his whole environment into rubber. Since the whole, we never see Luffy done that. Most parent nations don't can only do. We know that not every parentation food can generate, can produce the substance that their fruit is based on, and basically, or affect the environment that the fruit is based on as well. So basically, I'm just wondering, will we ever see? So basically, like for example, remember how Sanji met the guy? Remember that bad picture of Sanji, after War of Seven, that bad bounty poster and whatnot, and the guy who looks like the bad picture got in trouble or because of that bad bounty picture of Sanji. So basically, what if Luffy does meet a person who has the real Gun fruit, and basically Luffy be like, hey, how you have my devil fruit powers, and basically Luffy comes to question that, can it be more than can it be more than can it be more than can a person can two of the same devil fruit exist and whatnot? And basically, Luffy starts to question himself that, do I really have the Gun fruit, or this is just or there's just two Gun fruits and whatnot? Really gets Luffy to thinking like that. So basically, like, hey, what if the Straw Hat Pirates meet a person who has the real Gun fruit, but it's able to turn, no, does have the same abilities as Luffy, as a rubber man, but also can make it can make rubber also affect the and turn the whole environment into rubber as well. And basically, the store had to question like basically start to question like can it be two can do can two types of devil can it be two of the same types of devil fruits exist in the world of One Piece? Like we never really got the answer to that. So basically, like to say like for example, there's a so basically there are two fruits that does the same thing, and it does the same thing. So basically, like we never really got that question. Like have to would not answer that question. Like oh oh there are they two devil fruits that are both the same. So basically, the two same devil fruits does exist in the world of One Piece. So basically, there's a fire fruit. There's a second fire fruit out there, but but a different, not a different type, but the same type as the as that fire fruit. So basically, this got me wondering, like since we know that Luffy's devil fruit is a zone is a zone fruit. Is a zone Nika fruit and whatnot. It got me wondering, will we ever see the real Gum Gum fruit and the user of that fruit show up in One Piece and basically and gets Luffy thinking that and gets Luffy and the other Straw Hat pirates wondering like does does Luffy really has the Gum Gum fruit and basically they figure out that Luffy does have the Nika fruit. So basically ever since ever since the true powers of Luffy food and the true name of Luffy food has been revealed, the Straw Hats Luffy and the Straw Hats doesn't know that that Luffy's devil food is not it's not a Paranesian but it's a zone. So basically, at some point Oda will have to address this, like, how Oda is going to address this. Like, hey, Luffy, your devil fruit is not the Gum Gum fruit, it's the Nika fruit. So basically, who is going to? So basically, if Luffy does meet up with Shanks, and Shanks tells him that, hey, Luffy, I lied about your devil fruit. So basically, like, will Shanks be the one to tell Luffy the truth about his devil fruit, about the identity and the power and the true power of his devil fruit, or basically Luffy or somebody on his crew or somebody he meets will tell him the truth about his about his true devil fruit about his true devil fruit and his true devil fruit powers. So basically, that's my whole point with this. So basically, like when we're gonna get to that point that Luffy realized that his devil fruit is not it's not it's not the devil it's supposed to be, or someone is gonna tell him the truth about his devil tell him the real truth about his devil and his devil powers. So anyway, and and or we gonna or we gonna see a person with the real Gum Gum food, and basically, so basically, my point is, if Luffy does bump into the into the person who has the real Gum Gum fruit, and basically, will Luffy be questioning that hey, why does he have the same devil fruit as me, but but he has the same devil as me, but he's a rubber man, but he can make that person with the real gun on me can is a rubber person, but he can make rubber and turn his whole environment into rubber as well. So basically, gets Luffy to questioning that do I really have the Gun Gun fruit, or my devil fruit is something else, and basically gets Luffy to thinking that thinking that my devil fruit is, do I really have the Gungam fruit, or my devil fruit is something else? So basically, Luffy is not the type of person to really think about things, to draw over things very much. So basically, you know, having a user of the real Gungam fruit really will. I like to see a user of the real Gungam fruit, show up and basically Luffy be like, really questioning himself that, like, my questioning himself that, do I really no basically the his devil fruit plays a part in Luffy's personality, and basically like really question Luffy really questioned himself that, do I really have the Gum fruit, or do I? And and basically he figured out that his devil fruit is not the devil fruit that Shanks told him to. Like really question that, is my devil fruit is really, is my devil fruit really is is the real thing or not? So basically, I like to see something that happened to Luffy somewhere in the One Piece series, in the One Piece manga and whatnot. Like Luffy, like bumped into a person with the real Gun fruit, and basically Luffy is like shocked to see this person with the real Gun fruit, and basically and that user of the real Gum food say that you don't have the real one, real Gum food. I'm the one of the real Gum food, and basically, and Luffy's like questioning himself that, what type of devil food I really have, and basically he basically figure out that, his food is not the Gum food, it's the Nika food and whatnot. So anyway, this is what I think. So this is what I've been thinking ever since rereading some chapters of One Piece, like, will the real Gungam fruit show up in One Piece or not? Or we're gonna see somebody with the real Gungam fruit show up in the One Piece series. So basically, this is my point here. So anyway, what do you guys think? Should the real Gungam fruit show up in the One Piece series, and basically and stir some controversies for Luffy, and get Luffy wondering about the true nature of his, the true origin of his devil fruit, the Nika fruit and whatnot? Yes or no? Or just now? Please let me know with the comments below. Anyway, sign off from Screen Reviews. One.